difference between an appraisal and a home inspection. We run into that so often where the consumer kind of lumps them together, and they think that one is the same as the other. So, you know, the home inspection, Randy, I wanted to give you a second. Summarize what the home inspection is, and then we're going to summarize what the appraisal is and kind of explain some of the differences.
Okay. Actually, I'm going to let Chuck.
Chuck, you want to roll with that? Summarize what the home inspection is.
Sure. The home inspection is basically a systems check of the entire house. We check all the systems in the home, from the HVAC all the way to the plumbing and the doorknobs even in the home. And it's a good evaluation of what the quality of the home is.
Doesn't deal with value at all, right? It's merely, these are the things that work, these are the things that don't work, these are the things that may stop working.
Right.
And that's pretty much what it is. The appraisal, however, incorporates a little bit of that, because the appraisal has to bring in at least any kind of condition detriments, but the appraisal is really about determining what is the market value, what is the opinion of market value of that appraiser.
Exactly, and I just had this question from a consumer this week, and you know, the bottom line is, the easiest way to put it is, the inspector is there to tell you what might be wrong with the house. The appraiser is really more there to tell you what the value of the house is.
And to tell you what the value is relative to what the bank is loaning. I think that's an important factor, because the appraiser needs to justify the value that's on that contract, or not justify it. They don't need to justify it, but they need to make a determination of, is this home worth the $250,000 that the bank wants to loan or not?
And there's plenty of regulatory agencies that hold them accountable to that,
Correct.
too, if something goes wrong.
Here's
Correct.
the fair market value of this home.
Correct.
Yes.
Right.
And however, though, where I think consumers sometimes get confused is, because the bank is worried about their vested interest in the property, they're also concerned about the condition.
Yes.
So they want to make sure certain...
Safety and livability issues.
Correct. They want to make sure that the roof isn't shot, the AC isn't shot,
Right.
there's no major safety violations with the home. So an appraiser isn't going to go out and do what Randy and Chuck do and test a whole bunch of the systems of the house, but they are going to observe things.
Right.
They're going to notice if there's a roof leak, or if there's a major issue.
Where appraisers are actually commenting on
Condition.
Well,
conditions
anything like
of the home. That never
electrical-
used to be, but
Correct.
Yeah,
now
if it's
I'm having
electrical
people come back
or
and ask me
the
about that.
condition of a roof, you don't want the roof to cave in on you.
We've
Or be at
even
the end of
had
its life, because that's going to adversely
Right.
affect the
We've
value
even
of the
had
home if the roof
appraisers
is at
and
the end of
banks
its life.
request inspection reports. You know, where they
Right.
see something, they want to know how much that's been evaluated. What is the useful life of the roof left, or what is this? And it's not that common, but it does, because the bank is doing not only determining value, but there's a due diligence process for them to want to qualify the home, and they lean on the appraiser a little bit, not just to determine value, but to be their eyes and ears
Correct.
about the condition of the property that could somehow cause a loan default later on, because somebody buys a home that needs a $20,000 roof and they don't have $20,000.
Exactly.
And
So-
I've recently been asked to actually write statements regarding conditions appraisers have found at homes.
Correct.
Just on a specific topic, please give us a statement as a home inspector
Yep.
of this item. The appraiser noted at their appraisal inspection.
So a bank is not going to require a home inspection. You need to have one, though, because
You
it's,
should have
it's
one.
you know you
Yes.
have to you really need to have one. A bank is going to require an appraisal.
Correct.
And
But the appraiser's not going to necessarily pick up all the things that
the home inspector is going to pick up. Correct. The appraiser's really walking through the home, and they're noticing anything really glaring. Whereas the home inspector is spending hours at that property, you know, getting into the nitty gritty of every potential, you know, issue that could be, you know, present in that home. So
There's a lot of value to a home inspection. You know, some people think that it's a lot of money to get a home inspection done, but if you think about it, a home inspector's coming in and he's looking at all the systems in a home. Conversely, if you brought in an electrician, a plumber, a siding guy, a roofing guy, a foundation guy, a painter, right on down, all the skills, all the trades, it would cost an enormous amount of money in comparison to a home inspector.
correct. And I think that's the key, that while there sometimes may need to be, like sometimes you guys will recommend, hey, I recommend a further evaluation by this person or that person, because you've noticed something that requires really a more in-depth evaluation. At the same time, you're right, that process with the home inspection checks a lot of those boxes off, Whereas, and it's a whole lot easier to make one phone call versus calling 27 people and then, you know, trotting all these different people through the home.
Right, I hope make people understand it, because more people go to the doctor and understand the medical world.
Yeah.
You don't go see all the specialists first, you go to
Correct.
your general practitioner,
Correct.
and he tells you when you need to see a cardiologist
Correct.
or a
Yeah,
nose and
that's a
throat
great-
guy or
that's a
whoever,
great
and I'm the general
analogy.
practitioner.
Yeah.
So people
you're
can
looking for
wrap
the-
their head around that a little easier and go, oh, okay, I get that.
That's a
I'll
great
tell you
point.
what specialist you need to go to based upon the conditions that I find.
Yeah, that's a good point. We're going to be back wrapping up the show with our last segment. Make sure to check out all of our social channels. We're at YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, but pretty much all of them by searching for The Duncan Duo or The Duncan Duo Show. And we'll be back after a quick break here on 970 WFLA.